Hey, what is up guys? It's me, Anthony, here to give you guys a different type of video. This time I'm going to talk about my most anticipated movies for the month of March. I know, it's kind of different, but there's going to be a lot of different content on this channel, so if you don't like it, I guess, goodbye. First movie I'm going to talk about is a movie that technically already came out a year ago, the beginning of last year, but we all know how that year went. But this movie is SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run, and I'm not really a huge fan of SpongeBob. I do appreciate the cartoon. I kind of came off of Nickelodeon once SpongeBob started. I'm more of an OG Nickelodeon kind of guy, and SpongeBob came on the later half of when I was like going into college and stuff. And I'm not saying, you know, don't watch cartoons after college, because if you just see my background, you already know that I'm still into that stuff. But I have seen a couple episodes of SpongeBob here and there, and what I've seen is great. And of course, we got the SpongeBob memes, and those are awesome. And the humor of SpongeBob is pretty much the humor that I grew up with of other Nickelodeon shows like Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy. Looks fun. It looks like traditional SpongeBob stuff. And if you want to go check that out, if you're a fan of SpongeBob and you didn't get a chance to see it in the theaters when it initially came out, and now you want to see it on VOD, which I'm going to be doing, I think you should definitely check this out. Next film I'm going to be talking about is a movie that I have pretty high on my radar for this year in general. It is Raya and the Last Dragon. I have a little bit of mixed feelings on this one. One part of me is like, I'm really excited for this. Another original Disney property. It's not like an adaptation. It's not a live action movie like that Cruella live action. Like, who asked for that movie? But I love original Disney content, and Raya is just that. Though I am kind of concerned just a little bit. After Frozen, Disney is just like wants to make everything Frozen. So I don't know. And I don't really mind Frozen. I think the first two films are fine. Second one in particular is a pretty good adventure film. But I don't know. I don't know if this movie is just gonna have some like random musical moments. It doesn't seem like that, and that kind of confuses me for some reason. But at the same time, like I was saying, I'm really hyped for this movie. It's a weird feeling. But if you're like me and you like some original Disney content, then I think Raya the Last Dragon is going to be up your alley. Now, this next film is going to probably get me in a lot of hot water, because as of this recording, I have not seen the first movie, the prequel of this movie, I guess. And that is Coming to America. Coming to America 2 is coming out, and I haven't seen the first one. And I know, don't worry guys, I'm gonna watch the first one before I watch the second one, so don't get at me and all that stuff. It's just one of those movies I never got to. I know a lot of people out there is like, man, you do movie reviews on YouTube, so you must have watched every single movie. I haven't seen every single movie. I just recently, like a couple of years ago, saw Goonies for the first time. I think it's alright. But I grew up on a lot of Eddie Murphy movies like Nutty Professor and like Dr. Dolittle and stuff, and I think he's pretty funny even in the bad movies that he was in. Like, I just recently watched Haunted Mansion last year, and I thought that movie was actually pretty decent. And of course, Eddie Murphy is his typical asshole self. I feel like he just plays himself in all of the movies, and I think in real life he's actually a dick, but it's fun to watch on screen. It's weird. But we have Eddie Murphy, we have Wesley Snipes, you have a whole eclectic cast of people in this movie, and it looks fun. I think it looks pretty entertaining. I know a lot of people that have watched the original are saying that this movie looks horrible. I don't know, I haven't watched the original, so to me it looks good. So, you ever thought that, what if there was like a Groundhog Day or Happy Death Day type of movie where there was a guy going around killing gang bosses, but every time he dies he has to redo it? Well, that's what this next movie is. This next movie on my list is called Boss Level, and it's pretty much what I just said. It's a guy who's going on fighting all these like super villain type people, crime boss type people, and every time he dies he gets rebooted into a boss level. And initially when I was watching the trailer to this, I was like, I don't know if I should be excited for this, because we just have Happy Death Day. There's like a whole bunch of movies that are just doing this whole going back in time kind of thing, and I don't know if I'm getting oversaturated or not. I don't think so. If you're interested in a dude getting killed and having to kill some crime bosses over and over again, I think Boss Level is going to be the movie for you. The next film on my list, I thought it was Matrix 4 after I saw the trailer because it has the Matrix vibe. This movie is called Phobias. And like I said, it's similar to the Matrix, at least the first Matrix film, where you have Neo, doesn't know what's going on, and apparently there's a world, or he's living in a world within a world. There's like gunfights and people shooting, chasing him. Looks interesting. I'm intrigued after watching the trailer. But if you're into that kind of weird stuff and you don't know what the movie's about, then you should definitely go check out the movie Phobias. The next movie on the list is Godzilla vs. Kong. I don't know why they didn't put King Kong in there, but hey, we got that. So I really liked Kong Skull Island. I think it was the best movie of this monster universe that they're building. The first Godzilla film, I thought it was okay. I mean, when Godzilla showed up, I thought that was cool, but the rest of the time, it was just a whole bunch of humans talking. I didn't really care. I didn't watch the second Godzilla film. I know that's like blasphemy. Everybody says that that one's really good if you want some monster fights. It's Godzilla versus King Kong. I want to see a monkey beat up a lizard. I mean, it looks cool. There's already these like remixes of the trailer that was released recently of King Kong punching Godzilla. That just put me over the top. I gotta see this movie. Next movie on the list is called Sun. Not The Sun. You would think it would be called The Sun, but it's just called Sun. It's about this lady who has recently escaped a cult, and now she thinks the cultists are following her and affecting her son in some kind of supernatural way. I highly recommend you guys go check out this trailer, especially if you're into horror films. I think this one's gonna fly under the radar for this year because it's an indie movie. It's going straight to VOD. It's not one of those things where it's like it's gonna release in theaters and VOD, or just theaters and then nobody's gonna get to watch it. But I think just like a similar film that I watched last year that I really enjoyed called The Relic, I don't think a lot of people are gonna be talking about this movie, and like I said, it's gonna fly under the radar, but this one looks good, guys. Like I said, if you're into horror films, check out the trailer, watch it. It looks creepy. You know, I don't get scared easily, you know, because, you know, I'm a dude, but, you know, I don't get scared. But this one scared me. And the next movie on this list is called The Vault. And I am not really into a crime drama movie or anything crime movies at all. But this one intrigues me. It has a good cast. The characters are interesting. And that's what you got to have with these kind of heist films. The characters got to be interesting. That's why the Ocean's films were so popular, because the cast was amazing, they were interesting, they're charismatic, and in this one I get the same similar vibes. Of course, the cast isn't as A-list as the Ocean film. It's interesting, and it feels like the stakes are high. I don't know why they're going after this vault. I don't think the trailer explained why they're going there, just doing it just to do it, but okay. Definitely check out Vault when it comes out and tell me what you think. Last film on this list of my most anticipated movies of March 2021. I'm not that hyped for. I'm not really anticipating it, but I am kind of interested in how this is going to play. This movie's going to be like 3 hours. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to just sit there and watch it. I'm probably going to have to cut it in days. You know, that's what I'm probably gonna have to do. But it is the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and a lot of DC fans have been waiting for this movie for a long time. I'm just here for the ride. I just want to see what all the hype is about. I'd never watched the original Justice League movie. I'm not really into DC movies, so you DC fans can just like get me right now. I'm really into Wonder Woman, but that's it. Wonder Woman, we don't want to talk about the sequel. We don't want to do that. But I just want to see what this is. I mean, this has never been done before, right? Get a director that was fired or left a film and then came back to do his version. I don't think that's ever happened before, so it's kind of like movie history, so I gotta check it out even if I'm not really into DC stuff. That is my list of most anticipated movies coming out in March. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like this list? Do you hate this list? What is your list? That's really the most important thing. What are you guys interested to see in the month of March? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that stuff, ring the bell, do whatever. Check out my Instagram. I got like 2 posts on there. So don't just follow me there. There's gonna be a lot more stuff and a lot more content on there. And remember, guys, keep watching movies.